not even the end of it. So imagine you had just designed a 7 by 7 with the middle layer and everything. So now you can take this design and move it to a 6 by 6 just by using the same design but hiding the middle layer on the inside of the cube. Is there any issue with this design? The answer, of course, is yes. The reason is because this middle layer is still there even in the 6 by 6, which means if it gets misaligned like this, then the cube doesn't turn anymore. On the VCube 6, this was actually a real problem, and I can reproduce it right now. So this is the inner layer here that should be part of a 7 by 7, and as I turn, you can see that this 7 by 7, then it would start to turn all the other layers as well, because it's going to run into the other pieces. So it's impossible to only turn the middle layer, it must stay attached to at least one of the sides. In this case, it's going to stay attached to the left side because the bump will run into the pieces on the left side, and so they will all move together. Despite all these challenges that needed to be overcome in order to create the first 6 by 6, the VCube came through. Although compared to the best 6 by 6s from today, you would say that it's too loud, it's a bit too big, it's hard to
Meet Litter Robot, the revolutionary self-cleaning litter box that eliminates the chore of scooping.
Hello J-Perm, I am sub 40 with a YJMGC Elite. Should I get the GTES 3M or the Tangyun V2? I'm 12 years old by the way.
I ask myself every day why I keep getting questions like this. The thing that determines which speed you should get is not your age or your average, and there are a lot more options than just these. As I've mentioned before, there are no better cubes for different levels of progression. You just want a good one, and that's pretty much it. But if you're in a situation where you had GTS 3M from a long time ago, I have a full guide on how to do this, and if you regularly use your cube, you probably want to do this at least once every 1 to 2 months. So does that mean you should just buy one good cube and never worry about buying cubes again? You can just get one cube and pretty much use it forever. That's what people who use the Valk have been doing since 2016. And there are actually advantages to sticking with the same cube. Of course, you can save money by not buying more 3x3s and maybe even put that money towards other events like a good 2x2 or 4x4. Also, you can understand that chances are your cube is not what's holding you back. If you average 20 seconds on a decent cube, there is no cube change that is going to last. It comes naturally with a very high control stat. If you set it up to be slow, its control stat doesn't seem to be as good as another cube when set up slow. So basically, it's complicated. But what I'm trying to say is if you have a cube that is highly customizable, that doesn't mean that this can give you everything. There will still be other cubes out there that may be better under certain other settings. Now, the stats of the cube are important because they need to complement your own stats. For example, if you turn very forcefully, then you'll want a slower cube so it doesn't overshoot. And if you turn more relaxed, you'll want a faster cube. If you have high turning accuracy, then you can tolerate a cube that has lower control. With that all in mind, defining the stats is true for everybody, but I find when I use the cube, I initially have a learning curve with it, and then I get